Hello everyone, we're into smart reports, smart library reports. And so before we start, I thought I might just throw something in here for you to consider. What has mining got to do with smart library reports? And basically, in the process of mining, what's happening is you're getting people, workers like you. Okay, these people are going deep down into some place, whatever place. You can see them over here. And I got many pictures. Sometimes there'll be a group of them. Sometimes there's individuals. Sometimes there'll be a machine involved. But these people are going deep down somewhere and extracting valuable stuff. Okay, could be coal, could be gold, could be platinum, could be, you name it. They're digging it out of the ground. And there could be components that make up certain alloys. But the whole purpose of mining is to go deep into something, generally the earth, and pull out, after a lot of hard work, the valuable stuff that's there that you want to get out. Okay? Now, smart reports is basically mining. Except what you are mining is data. And so in the IT world, okay, reports is an old word, really old word. It's like 50 years old, 40 years old, okay? But data mining is something that's very new and all of a sudden has this, amazing appeal with anything that's digital. And we're going to make sure that we turn all you library staff people into data miners, okay? And what that means is you've got a library system, and behind that library system is a wealth of information, a massive wealth of information, okay? There's information about the patrons that use your library. There's information about the collection that you have. There's information about who's been using the system, how they've been using the system, are there delinquent borrowers on your system? The information that we hold in here has been held for ages, and we want to make sure that we can show you how you can have fun getting all this data into a format that you can use. So why would you want to use it? Well, let's have a simple analogy. I want to have a look at who's got outstanding loans, okay? And normally you would just hit a button and it'll come out. Now that's mining. You're going into the system and pulling it out. But wouldn't it be great if when you got that out, the outstanding loans, how about setting it up so it's automatic? So you automatically get all the data for outstanding loans automatically sent to you on a particular day of the week or the particular day of the fortnight or a particular time of day every day. You can do that. What about reservations? How about it being telling you as soon as you walk in the front door, here's an email of all the reservations that you got to get prepared because they're going to come in that door and they're going to ask for their reservations. And then you can just look up your little list and go, no, sorry, Jonathan, if you're not on the list, your reservation's not here yet. Okay. Another thing is, all right, you want to have a look at your collection and anything that hasn't been borrowed for the last 10 years, you want to be able to mine that information. Or you want to have a look at the most borrowed books. So really, I want you to let your imagination run wild and just think about the data you have and all the kinds of information that you can be. So we want you to progress way above the status of somebody who just catalogs books and circulate books and then chase up people that have outstanding loans. If you're a smart library user, you can do so much more. And in doing that, the big plus for you is you can go to your business manager, you can go to your principal, you can go to your heads of department and say to them is, look, here's some information I want you to have a look at. I want you to see how much our library is used. Now, obviously, if it's not used very well and not promoted very well, that's the last thing you'd want to do. But you might still want to get that information and then try and find out how can you improve the usage of your library. I've always said, never fall for the fallacy and the rubbish that competitors push, that use our system because everybody else is using it, or use our system because all the kids will just migrate and just pack out the library because the system is so good. It doesn't work like that. Okay, we're talking about using the data inside to make intelligent decisions. The first step is you need to be able to sign in, and then you click on menu and you go down to reports. If you don't have the reports button, that means you are not authorized to have a look at all this very valuable and sensitive data, like all the patron names and surnames and addresses and so forth and so on, plus all the trends. So if you've got reports, we're on our way. Click on reports. Now, when you go into the reports menu to do data mining, I'm not going to call it reporting anymore. I'm going to call it data mining. When you get in there, you will see two sections: reports created by functional solutions and reports that you have created. So any reports that you create will never contaminate all these reports out here. Okay, it'll automatically go down there whether you like it or not. That's where it's going to go. And the reason why we've done it that way is so that these master reports to data mine into your system can never get accidentally damaged or corrupted. Okay, so let's go to the very first thing, and that is a catalog report. Click on catalog. All right, and here are all the different categories of reports. And let's take one. So we'll do a catalog report by location. Okay, so catalog report by location, and then we just go open. And let's have a look. Okay, choose report first. Catalog report by location. Click on that, and then go open. Okay, and it says with location equal to, let's go ahead and we'll say location equal to, let's see if we've got a library. Library, and we'll go library office and go generate. Now I'm not predetermining anything because I don't know this data, and neither would you when you're trying to do. So you have to start at somewhere. You can say, okay, let's have a look. Okay, location equal to library office, and there it is. There's all the books. Okay, and you can scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. Okay, now, what about if when I've got that, I want to add another location. Okay, so that's the library office, and when I get to the bottom, okay, that's the bottom of the screen, and it's all alphabetical. Okay, but it's all library office. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you that if you take a report and you've got a criteria, you can add other locations. In this case, we're going to only talk about locations, and I'll say and maths department. Okay, so I'm now looking at library office, and sorry, not the maths department. Let's get rid of this. Don't want that. So let's get rid of that. We don't want media department. I thought it was maths department. So we'll go art department. Okay, so library office and the art department. So let's go generate. Okay, we're getting a bit more data in here. And that's the art department. It's alphabetical. That's why that came first. The library department comes later. But let's go down here. Okay. And now the library office. Okay. So that's how you can go, and now if you want this to be a permanent report, and you want to change the location, the name of the report of copies by location, you want to change it to results of catalog, including library office and art department. So if you want to change an existing report that you've now done, and you're very happy with that, all you click on is the configuration button. Okay, and there's the report name. Now, I am deliberately going to put this report name in capital letters so that it stands out. So, catalog, LIB, office, and art, DPT, department. So that's it. Catalog, library, office, and art department, and I'll go save. Okay, let's go back home to my reports menu again. And so there's my reports menu. And remember, I took it from catalog. I took one of those, catalog copies by location. And so now if I go to catalog here, you'll see that catalog, library, office, and art department. These are all the other reports I've done. So let me just get rid of these so that they do not confuse us. So we'll delete that one. Yes. Okay. And that's okay. Report deleted. And let's go back into catalog and I delete this one. Delete. Yes. Okay. And that's been deleted. Then go back into catalog. I'm going to delete all of these for a particular reason because I don't want us to get confused with all the other reports. Now, these are reports that I have created, okay? And because they're reports I've created, I can go ahead and I can delete them. However, I cannot go and delete reports from the top section over here. Okay, because those are the system reports. So, whoops. So let's go to catalog and just a few more to go and delete, delete. That's enough deleting. Okay, so remember that report, catalog by library, office, and art department. When I click it now and I go open that report, basically it's there. Location equal to library, office, and art department. And if I go generate, it will generate the report. And there's my art department. And let's go down here and go down to the library office. Okay, now let's get rid of, so let's see, we've got all these reports up here and I'm going to get rid of the art department. Okay, and I'll go generate. And now it's only going to give me the library office. Okay. Okay, so I've said with location equal to the library office. That's all very well and good. Now what I want to do is I'm going to say, yes, but the library office, it's got non-fiction, it's got fiction, it's got a whole bunch of other stuff. I would like to add, see how I say the selection is location equal to the library office. I'm going to add another selection because I only want the fiction collection. So I want to add and accession number. No. I go call number. Call number and equal to fiction. No, because it's not call fiction. So I'll go starting with F. Because I've noticed that all my fiction is F. Remember I got 509s, 641s, and if I scroll down here, I've got 811s and 600 and 7. So all I want is just anything starting with F. And now I'll go generate. And guess what? It's only giving me the fiction collection. Because I said give me anything that starts with F. And that's it. Okay. And I could have gone in and said, see how it starts with Alice or a magical friend, and it goes alphabetical. And I can say, no, I don't want all of them. I just want and with the title. These are all the selection criteria, so play around. You will not damage and you will not waste paper. And title. Free text, and they go, no, starts with, all my titles starting with M, okay, and go generate. And basically, there it is. So if it doesn't start with M, not interested in them, okay. But I could have said with sublocation equal to this, or with supplier equal to this. So you can go and add as many in here, okay. Now, if I go home, okay, guess what? That catalog record, remember this one, library, office, and art department? That didn't change because I did not save that record. Okay, so when I go open, there it is. So location equal to library, office, and art department. Okay, now I'm going to delete this record. So let's just go back here, and I'm going to go into my catalog created by me, click on that one, and I'm going to go delete. Now, how about this? Because the whole purpose of data mining or reporting, which is a really old term, is to get data out to allow people to make intelligent decisions. And this is where, libraries and librarians' work is becoming made obsolete by librarians not realizing the power that they have in their hands to be able to make impacting decisions for departments and for schools. So how about every Monday morning, I go into my collection and I send a report to the art department of all the books that are available for their students to be able to have access to. Okay, so how would you do that? So what you would do is you click on catalog. Okay, catalog by location, again, the same report, and I'll go open. I will need to take an existing report to build it on what the way I want it. So let's experiment and let's go back into library office. Okay, so no, art department, there it is. Okay, so location equal to art department, and I'll go generate. Okay, so here we go. There's all the books. These are books that are on loan, there are books that are available, there are books that are in repair, there are books that are going to be able to be purchased. But I want to take this report and select out of it only the books that have a status of available, because I'm going to send it to the library, the head of the art department, and to all her teachers and say, hello, art department, this is your progressive library department, and here is all the library resources for the art department that's available as of today to be able to be borrowed by your students. Isn't that amazing? And we're going to send it to them as an email. Okay? But not only are we going to send it to all of them as an email, what we're also going to do is make sure that once I create this, it will go to those people that I nominate, that I need to give this report to. It goes to them automatically every Monday morning of every week. How about that? Pretty fancy. So now that I've got that, okay, and there's my result, then I can say I would like to email that. I don't want to print it and then put in their pigeonhole. That is old. Now, what I'm showing you here, I showed you how to do a selection criteria. Now I'm showing you how to do a delivery criteria. Any report you run, how do you deliver it? So printing is old. You can also export it as a PDF. It's old. How about we just give it to them as an email? So click on the email. And on the email, you'll put in the email address of the head of the art department. Oops. Okay, so that, oops, sorry, not there. Control C. So that is going to this email address, okay, specified to. And I can put in another email address I like, but that's where it's going. And my subject is going to be here are all the art books for your department. Okay, now if I press send, it's going to send it once and that's it. But I can go no. Starting on, not October, but starting in November, on the 1st of November, now we're not going to take it 1st of November, So we'll go here, starting on Monday the 2nd at 7 o'clock in the morning when no one's at school. It'll be high art department. Here are all the art books, blah, blah, and you're being sent it to here. Now, if you want them to reply to you, you can put your email address in there, or it'll come from do not reply. Okay. Now, if I click schedule, basically it says, all right, the next runtime is on that date. It's a weekly. So every Monday morning from that date, start time is, going to be 6 o'clock in the morning. All right. And if I go schedule, that's what's going to happen. So at 6 o'clock, it's going to schedule that. And that person, that department, and you can put another email addresses there, is now going to get this report. Okay. So if I go send now, because it's only a once-off request that they might have had, so I'm not going to schedule it. Okay. So I'll disable the schedule. Okay. Yes, I want to disable it. So now it's been disabled. So now I'm just going to send it now because it was a one-off request I got. And it says you're about to send it to the recipient nominated, and click here. So I'll click here, okay, and the emails are sending. So it's assuming that there might have been more than one people in here, and all of them will be getting this particular report. So we'll come back to that in a minute, but that's how you can send a one-off report or schedule a report, and that goes to any report that you have here. Just click on the email and you can email it straight away, okay, and do it digital. Don't do a printout and put into a pigeonhole. That's old-fashioned. Not only that, but if you ever have a dispute with a staff member and go, but Justin, I sent it to you, I emailed it to you, and I did not get a block back from you saying that you didn't get it, so you got it. I can resend it, but I can tell you when I send it. You look in your email, and there it'll be. You've sent it to them, okay? So that's how that would work. But the only problem is this particular report has the art department resources because that's all in there. But it's going to give them the lost resources, the stock taking resources, the on loan resources, the on reserve resources, the claimed loss resources. You say, yeah, I just want to send them what's available because I don't want them to say to me, I want a collector's guide to modern Australia. And when they come into the library, I say, oh, I'm sorry, art department, but that book is lost. They're going to say, well, why did you send it to me in the first place? So now we're going to add another criteria. And remember how we add criteria? We click on plus and accession number. No, we want the copy status. So have a look at all the things you can choose. And we want the copy status. The copy status equal to available. There you go. So the location has to be equal to the art department and the copy status equal to available. Now I can go generate. Okay. And that will give me just that. And I can just go into the email and schedule that to be sent to whoever, whenever. Okay, and that's how you can select based on all these criterias. Okay, there's all the fields that you can run this report off. And the beauty of running these, okay, you can see everything's in there, is with whatever status you've chosen there, it can be equal to, not equal to, containing, starting with, all that sort of stuff. So you can choose the way you want to run that report, okay, and then go configure. If you wanted to save this, you can just go configure and give it a totally different name. So I will call it report 2, okay, and now I'll go save. And now if I go back into my reports menu, okay, the beauty part is you cannot alter that, you cannot damage that. So I'll go into cataloging, okay, and there's my report 2, okay. So I should have changed that. I should have added a new report, but I changed that report to call it report 2, okay. But there's nothing stopping me from clicking that and go duplicate this, okay, and I'll call this one, instead of calling it report 2, I'll call it report 1, and now I'll save that report. I'll go back into my home screen for my reports and look at my catalog. There's my report 1, there's my report 2, and I can change those parameters and I can duplicate that and create another report, another report, another report. And that's what's so beautiful about running any kind of report on the system. Okay, now let's have a look at this report. Let's go generate. The next thing we're going to show you with data mining is that might be the information on the report. Yes, it's giving all that information, but I would have liked the replacement cost on that report. So what we're going to do now is show you how to add fields of information to your report. Okay, how neat is that? We want to add fields of information. And I'm going to use an example. I want to put the price of the book on there, not the cost price. Oh, you might want to use a cost price. So I'll show you how to do that. Now, to be able to do that, even though this is on the screen and even though the screen looks so big, that is actually printing on an A4 piece of paper. Okay, now obviously you can export any report by just going export it to a PDF or export as raw data and you get it as a CSV file, and you can do all sorts of other magic stuff with that. But this is just a start to data mining, and this is the last thing we're going to do, is how to add fields of information into a report. Okay, so we need to click the configure button, and then we need to go and look at the template. And those are the fields of information on the report. And that's exactly what's on there. Okay. However, if you want to add a field of information, okay, you need to click the plus. If you want to delete something, you need to click there and then go with the minus, and that'll delete it. But when you go plus, because that screen is full, everything's going to fall off the page. So when you click plus, you notice that these little markers here appear, and that is for you to decide how big that column is. So the barcode, that's too big a field, we'll bring that. The title, too big a field, we'll bring that. The copy number is just 1, 2, 3 or something, we'll bring that. You can change the heading, by the way. Okay, so we don't want copy number, so we'll just go copy. Okay, and call number, that's the call number field. Now I want to add a field. Now when I go add a field, it'll automatically put something in alphabet, and you go, no, I don't want copy call number. So the field that you add will be alphabetical. You just click on that and you say, what do you want? Oh, I want the price. And you go, there's no price. Okay, because please bear in mind, we are in the template, okay? And the template doesn't have the price. These are the only fields you can choose from. So how do I put other fields into the template for a report? Well, if you want to add other fields into the template, what you want to do is, let's get out of it, okay, and start all over again. So let's go into my catalog record, let's go to my report 1, let's go to my open report, okay, and then you turn around and say, I want to have a look at my template. So if you click on you go to configure, okay, you click on template, that's your report. And how do I add fields so I can put them onto the template? Because remember, when I click the plus, I had limited fields. So what you need to do is you need to say results data. So in other words, these are all the fields that you can add to a template. So if it doesn't exist in results data is what you got off that list. So when you're looking at the result, that's the results data. You don't have to put all of them onto the report, but those are the data you can play with. So if you want to add price to that, and you haven't got it, you need to go to results data, and there's the fields. You got title, barcode, these are all the results you've got. If you want to add another field, just click on the plus. You click on the plus and it says, I've added accession number. And you go, but I don't want accession number. So what you do is you click on that, and these are all the fields. So we are looking in the copy area, because not in the title, because the price is in the copy. So I'll go to copy and I'll go cost. Okay, or I can go replacement. So let's choose cost. So cost. So you now got cost. Let's also add replacement. Accession number again, and we want replacement. replacement. So you now got cost. Okay, now that you've got that in there, in the results, when I now go to the template, okay, and remember, I'm going to narrow this down. So let's narrow that down here. Let's narrow the barcode field. Let's narrow the copy field. And let's go and say add. And it's got copy call number. We go, no, I want cost and replacement. So you go to the results data to put data into the template. And now that's in the template, I go cost. Change that to cost. Okay, now very, very, very important. When you go and you do any change here, you have to hit the save button. Okay, so it's very, very important. When you go there, you click the save button, and that's going to now put the cost in there. And sometimes just scroll down here, because sometimes that save button is at the end of the page format. Now, yeah, that's an A4 paper. That's what that dot is. It'll be at the end of that format. Okay, so now that I've saved that, okay, I can now go and go generate. And when I go generate, it's going to put the cost in there. And that's how easy it is to add fields. And of course, I could have moved that field around from the template, because the template is showing you the columns of information. So you can change all of that information around. Okay, so that's step one in having fun doing data mining, because at the end of the day, this is your data. Now, how about we send that to the business manager or to the art department and say, here's a report of all your resources, okay, with a status of available. So let's go back and configure, and we've got, okay, and copy status equal to available. And let's go and add another one just for curiosity, and with cost. Let's go down to cost. Cost equal to, no, we go equal to larger than, and we want larger than $99. Okay, and now we'll go generate. Okay, and so we want a cost grade. Whoops, I've removed, I didn't save it. Okay, but I could have added another status with cost greater than $99. And if I saved it, then that report will only come up with the material that's greater than $99. Okay, and remember, whenever you do anything, remember to hit the save. So let's go and add that again, and with the cost. Cost larger than 99, and we're going to save that. Okay, so there it is. And now if I go generate, okay, and guess what, it only brought me the cost greater than 99, and I could have gone between 50 and 99. So there's, you can have all those changes, play around, experiment with it, because no matter what you do, it will never ever use up paper. And you can print it if you want, but why not email it to whoever? So go out and try and be creative about the information you want to give to the business manager. You want to show them the value of the materials. You might say, all right, with the collection greater than $20, or just, I just want a list of all the books. I want to give it to the business manager to show them that, you know, you have over $80,000. So over the last 10 years, the library has grown, and it's added these dollar values to your collection. So that's what's amazing about data mining. I personally don't like calling it reports, because reports is an old term. Reports means you went to a menu button, you went to reports, and then you went to reports, the report came up, and then you went to a particular function, pressed the button and printed, and that was it. Any dumb library system can do that. But when you're going into the system to be able to create a report of the criteria and the format that you want, then you are starting to really buzz as not just a librarian, as some principals will look at you, but you're looking as a business person that can give reason as to why you exist and the importance of why you exist. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you would like us to deal and run a YouTube live session on any specific topic, even very specific topics within a topic of report mining as an example, and running a particular kind, how do we do it and how do we build on that, please email us as support@functionalsolution.com.au and tell us what you would like us to see run in these sessions. It'll be our pleasure. Thank you very much.